250 subscribers. What am I supposed to do now? Of course, the exact same shit I've always been doing on this channel. So, I'm sure everyone recognises this. Of course. That is an NES. Why am I showing you this? Because this has just been released. Or maybe slightly late by the time this video gets out. This is the Nintendo Entertainment System Nintendo Classic Mini, or the NES Mini as many people have called it. It is basically an NES miniature? I don't know. So I'm just going to do a quick unboxing and review of this for you. So let's just get this box open. Yeah. Don't really know what to say about this really. It's pretty much as you'd expect from something like this. It's Nintendo trying to get into the very easy gaming market, and I've opened this box upside down. Oh joy. So yeah, that's paperwork. Nintendo's new reward scheme, get 300 points. I'm going to cover up the code because I'm going to use that. Yes, I'm quite addicted to this at the moment. That would be the console itself. We shall look at that in a moment. Inside here we have, well, this will be the controller, man. Ah, now that is faithful. Very faithful. I don't know how the buttons feel. I never had an NES growing up, but if memory serves, it does feel kind of the same. Yeah, rubberized buttons and everything. Yeah, I've done a good job with that one. Looks exactly like the original. Minus that, of course. Right, let's get that out of the way. What else do you get in the box? Nintendo. I know origami is Japanese, but make the folding simpler for us people outside Japan. That's an HDMI lead and USB cable. No power supply, oddly. Oh, brilliant. So they provided a USB cable, but they've not provided you with anything to power the system. Presumably they're expecting you to hook this up to a television which has a USB port for power, like you get with the Amazon Fire Stick. I don't have a telly which has that, so I'll need to get busy with trying to find a bloody phone charger. Incidentally, by the way, or you can use one of these with the USB cable. This was a USB power supply that I got from Poundland. No surprises, and such. No prizes, forgetting how much that cost. But there's the NES Mini. Very faithful reproduction. Let's just compare them side by side. There's the NES. There's the NES Mini. Obviously this is aged, it's going to be slightly yellowed, obviously due to the plastics that were used by Nintendo at the time. Obviously they weren't going to know it was going to age like this. But that is very faithful. As in it's almost like one for one, like that. It's just a mini version of that. It doesn't open, sadly, because the big games built into this. 30 of them. Power button even goes in the same way. Reset button isn't, but there's only so many concessions they can make. Let's look in the back. DC in, HDMI out. They've even used the same kind of style of wording. Just go back to this, because I just had a look at this again after ages. Nintendo really dropped the ball when it came to design with this thing. Because AC adapter, RF cable jack. On the side, they future-proofed themselves. They used the composite leads. They were really ahead of their time there, because no other console at the time, I think, had that. I had a Sega Master System, and constantly had to tune the bloody thing in. But this was the thing that I really liked most of all. There were bits here for running your cables underneath and keeping them all tucked away. Why don't modern consoles have that? That's something I would love to have. I know all the cables probably come out the back of the consoles nowadays. But back to this thing. So yeah, I obviously haven't used this yet. This is literally fresh out of the box. I only received it today, which was on its release date on the... Well, mine was delayed in the post. I think I got mine on the 16th. So it's not released today. I'm lying. So, I think the only thing we can do at this point, plug this blighter in and let's have a play. Oh, right, something I forgot to mention, though I implied it earlier. I don't know if you noticed the controller ports on the front there. They're classic controller connections. So by all means you can use the provided controller and play it like a faithful NES reproduction using the official Nintendo controller it comes with. Or you can be completely insane and use one of the official Wii classic controllers. Or you can be completely ludicrous and use this. Yes, you can get the Smash controllers that look like GameCube controllers, meant for Super Smash Bros. 4, despite the fact you needed an adapter that Amazon sold out of when they were releasing the game. I will never forget that, Amazon. Never forget. And play it with a GameCube controller if you so wish. So you've got a choice of playing styles as well. I reviewed a Super Nintendo classic controller on this channel, if you were a member of Club Nintendo at the time. So if you still have one of those, there's nothing stopping you from using that either. Why you'd want to, though, I don't know. But anyway. And we've now powered on the NES Mini. And I'm loving that background music. It's just like a remix of all sorts of like Mario and Excite-Bike sound effects, I think. So yeah, we're greeted with this menu of just what games are installed in this thing, and quite a selection. 30 of them, of course, although I don't know if anyone would ever play this one. Anyway, forgive me, I'm not a fan of sports games. So let's see, we've got Dr. Mario, Excite-Bike, Galaga. Oh, I'm playing Galaga. Oh, I love this game. But yeah, it's just got 30 NES games on it. Price of the unit's about £40 if memory serves. I think I paid $50 to get the extra NES controller. I don't know what's the going rate for NES games at the moment. Sadly, I cannot remember, but I think that's fairly price efficient for 30 games. But you'd need to want all of those 30 games to make it worthwhile, in my opinion. Oh, here's my favourite bit of Galaga coming up. I don't know why I like that so much. I really don't. Don't destroy your own ship. Don't destroy your own ship, whatever you do. And then, come the second stage, you've got twice the firepower. Makes clearing out the enemies a cinch. Sorry, I could play this all evening. I'll finish the challenging stage and then finish this. Because I have an interesting fact about this challenging stage. You might remember when you used to play games like Ridge Racer or Tekken on the original PlayStation, you were able to play this during a loading screen. And if you, in Ridge Racer, if you managed to get a perfect score in the challenging stage during the loading screen, it would get you a bonus car, or like that. If you get your bonus car or something like that in the game. Unfortunately, you'd think, why don't they do that? Because that's a brilliant way to alleviate loading times in games. Sadly, Namco took a patent out on it, and as a result, no game manufacturer can copy this creative idea again ever. And I've just lost the ship. This game is now rubbish, and I'm going to reset. And it doesn't reset the whole console. You press the reset button on the unit itself, and it just takes you back to this screen. Oh, ghosts and goblins. Oh no. Actually, I don't have a lot of exposure to this. I mostly was used to Super Ghouls and Ghosts on the Super Nintendo. But I have played this once or twice, and god damn, it's horrible. The fact that this is over HDMI doesn't make things look any better. This game looks terrible, and its gameplay is notorious. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. Also not helping is the javelin sucking so much. There's a reason why the knife is so important. And they've even kept in all the sprite flickering. Obviously for that authentic experience. And that was almost me, almost got hit by a bird. This is one game where sprite flickering really should have been fixed. But I imagine the games are kept as pure as possible for authenticity reasons. I'm not playing this anymore. It's haunted me enough. Even just knowing about its difficulty. Interesting, by the way, if you press the reset button and press down, you can save restore points. So it allows you to cheat by using bloody save states. Oh, fantastic version of Kirbys Adventure. I love this game. First you draw a circle, then you dot the eyes, add a great big smile, and presto, it's Kirby. That doesn't rhyme, you idiots. And this alleviates another question I had. It does support your battery backup saves. I love this game so much because it's so well designed, this game. Unfortunately I never played it. The first Kirby game I played was Kirby's Fun Pack. And then after playing this I thought, oh, this is where they got everything from. And then found out this wasn't even the first Kirby game. The first Kirby game was for the Game Boy, I'm pretty sure. And if you notice to the left, by the way, the graphics are glitching out. I'm guessing that's just an emulation issue. Usually what happens when you blow these things up, I think even if you played these games on the Wii, you had this kind of problem. God, I suck today. But yeah, this is the game to thank for all modern Kirby games. Because the Game Boy game, I don't think Kirby had any copy abilities, did he? Not bad. Anyway, enough of that. I'm just going through a few of these random games. Well, a few of these games randomly. Oh, bloody Ninja Gaiden! That is a game I still haven't beat. I bought it for the Wii Virtual Console. I'm on the last stage and cannot beat that thing for the life of me. Metroid. Well, that Metroid's been released on God knows bloody everything. Wii Virtual Console. I think it's also on Metroid Fusion. It's also in Metroid Prime. No, it's a Metroid Zero Mission. I don't think it's on Metroid Fusion. It's a Metroid Zero Mission, certainly. Mega Man 2. I'm arguably the best Mega Man game of the lot. And of course, when you play this game, you always start off with Metal Man. Because you want to upgrade that Mega Buster as quick as possible. I'm not going to play through the whole stage. I might though, I love this game. Oh, the sprite flickering. The thing is though, I have the Mega Man Anniversary Collection for GameCube, so I would just play this on there without the sprite flickering. But what I really want Capcom to do is remaster all these games. And bring back that cancelled Mega Man game, damn it. Mega Man Legends 3 and the one with bad box art Mega Man is playable. Mega Man Unlimited, was that? Of course that's never going to happen, so stop dreaming. I'm pretty sure the only way to get up there is with Rush Coil, and of course I don't have that yet. Oh no, you don't get Rush Coil on this, do you? It's item number 1 and item number 2, which are like just floating platforms, I think. Interestingly, by the way, if you're going to try and stream or capture this, I have no idea if it's HDCP protected or not. And that's someone shouting outside. I have no idea if this is HDCP protected or not, because I'm running this through an HDCP stripper as standard, thanks to the bloody PlayStation 3. And the PlayStation TV as well, because I want to record Vita games, but they never released a cable for that. But we're talking about the NES right now. Oh, that stage was quicker than I thought. I forgot how quick that stage was. And quite amazingly is how easy Metal Man is as a boss. Watch as I fail. Yeah, I'm going to fail at this. I've just said he's easy. I was close though. I'm out of practice. I haven't played this in ages. And just jump right into that one. Helpful, helpful. I'm going to do this time. Thank you. Yep, get the metal blade first, and then you can just destroy every other boss in the game with it, regardless of weakness. Not familiar with Star Tropics, must be said. I noticed the Contra not on this. No, Contra's not on this. I'm surprised at that. There's Contra's not on here, but Super C is. Oh well. Same game, just up, up, down, down, left, right, B, A, start. And I got it wrong. Oh, alright, no, it didn't start me off the machine gun. Still a bloody good game though. It's not the version I was expecting. I was honestly hoping the original Contra would be on this. By the way, what was the whole story with Contra and Probotector, if that was what it was called? It was basically Contra, but you played as a robot instead of... Was that a robot? Or Gundam suit or something? Instead of this character. I don't know these games, I'm old. Oh, flamethrower. Or flame blast, whatever you want to call it. Oh yeah, I lasted long. Okay, I'm going to have a look at one more and then... Oh, Gradius, I love Gradius. Don't love the company that made it though. Well, not anymore anyway. I love these kind of games, the upgrade shooters. Although it would help if I could get some bloody upgrades. I know the button clicking is not going to do much for the recording. And die. This is where I have no patience, but then again I'm recording, so I can't really afford to sit around and play the same game all the time. Kid Icarus, yes, that's alright. All three Mario games are here. I know I've been through the list several times, it's just looking for what's there. And they've done what every game collector's done. They've not listed Legend of Zelda under T for the, or L for L, they've put it at the end of the list for Zelda. Oh, one more. I made an absolute mess of this during my Revo review. Let's see if I can do this any better. And forget which block has the bloody mushroom in it. Helpful. I can't seem to do this while I'm trying to talk and play at the same time. I'm a better gamer when I'm properly gaming, honest. Missed the star. Mind you, playing this with an NES controller is certainly the best way to play this game. Much better than I did on the Revo. That said, the Revo is still a brilliant little machine, must be said. Still play that occasionally. So that there was the NES Mini with its controller. I don't really know what to say about it really. It's exactly as you'd expect it to be. It's 30 NES games which you can plug into an HDMI television, use your mobile phone power supply, and play all your old NES games. Well, 30 of them anyway. I'm just wondering what the selection process was. I mean, for example, there was Mega Man 2, but not the original Mega Man. There was Double Dragon 2, but not the original Double Dragon. And Super C, and not the original Contra. I'm sure there were a few others as well. It just seems like a very odd choice. But just while I was in there, I ordered the one that came with an additional controller. I had to laugh at the back of the box, because it goes through this whole thing about what is this compatible with. Hopefully the autofocus doesn't go nuts. It can be used with compatible avec français, oui. Nintendo Classic Mini, Nintendo Entertainment System CLV001, which is what this is. I like the model name. You'll see why in a second, or you've probably read it at the bottom. Yellow Cross with the Wii U, the Wii and the Wii Mini, but not compatible with the original Nintendo Entertainment System. You remember this thing. You cannot use this controller with this for obvious reasons. Connectors. But I don't know why anyone would want to try and use this with an NES. But yes, obviously, if you have classic NES games on your Wii or Wii U, this controller will work with it. If you try and use it with the SNES game, though, it will just sour milk or something. So, anyway, that's been about... When was the original NES released? Was it 1985, was it? I might be wrong with that. I can't remember. I was never an NES man, so... But if it was about 30 years before we finally got this, how long will it be before we finally get this? I shall let that sink in.